But first, the big story of the day, jobs. The January employment report was strong. Employers hired, wage growth was visible, and more people re-entered the labor market, a sign that many are confident about their job prospects. The economy created 257,000 jobs last month, more than economists had expected, and numbers for November and December were revised sharply higher. The unemployment rate rose to 5.7%. And one of the most encouraging numbers may have been the increase in average hourly earnings by 0.5%. It doesn't sound like much, perhaps, but it was the biggest monthly gain in more than 6 years. And all of this positive news has Wall Street and Main Street looking to the Federal Reserve and its timetable for hiking rates. Hampton Pearson has more.
The robust hiring in January also included the biggest one-month gain in average hourly earnings in 6 years, to just under $25 an hour. And there were blockbuster revisions boosting the jobs numbers for November and December. Up 414,000 in November, the biggest monthly gain in 17 years. December's total was revised up to 329,000. Philadelphia Fed President Charles Plosser is among the monetary policymakers taking notice.
I think this is extraordinary in many ways, and another signal that the economy is actually functioning in a fairly normal fashion. And I think that's an important message to get across, and that we stop thinking about our economy as something in some kind of perpetual crisis.
Leading economists and Fed watchers say a June rate hike could be back in play if today's wage growth is sustained over the next several months.
They certainly won't say it's bad news. They want to see much more wage growth. Remember, they want to see 3% wage growth sustained to get to their 2% target on inflation. So we're still well below that.
Job growth was widespread. The retail sector led the way, adding 46,000 new workers, with construction, healthcare, manufacturing, and restaurants making similar gains.
6-person booth right there in the corner.
In the greater Washington, D.C. area, Chef Mike Isabella has opened a half-dozen restaurants and hired 300 employees in the last 3 years. Now he's on a fast track to open 3 more locations and hire another 150 workers in the next year. The biggest challenge, hiring and keeping skilled employees like pastry chef Ryan Westover, on the job just 2 weeks after he was hired away from one of Washington's finest 5-star restaurants.
I definitely think the economy is very strong right now. There are a lot of jobs out there. It's almost hard to get people to work for you because there are so many jobs. And again, I think that we're in a very, very good time right now from a financial standpoint.
More than 3.2 million Americans are now earning paychecks than at this time last year. Now we need to see some of that cash show up as he increased consumer spending to help more economic growth. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.